The Fourth Line podcast is brought to you by Techers. Techers is a food delivery and takeout company that specializes in burgers and snacks. They deliver warm food with fresh ingredients straight to your door. Everything is homemade and tastes amazing. We enjoyed our dinner from Techers before this episode, and we absolutely loved it. Be sure to give Techers a try. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
If you want me to go out and fight, I will. If you want me to go
Hello.
fight for you, that's fine. I'll be down here on the fourth line.
Hello, everybody. This is the Fourth Line podcast. I'm Ozzy.
I'm Caden.
And I'm Ian.
We got some guests here with us. These guys are two absolute legends. Tell us about yourselves, boys.
I'm Lucas Hihn. I play for the Utah Outliers, number 5. I'm from Burlington, Ontario. This is my first year in Utah, yeah.
Yeah, me too. First year in Utah. My name's Tevz, Ziebert. I'm from Ljubljana, Slovenia. Yeah, that's about it.
How you liking the States?
It's fun. It's really fun. It's a nice place, like ever, even in Colorado where I was last year. It was really good. Utah is beautiful as well, and it's just been great, yeah.
It's awesome. So what was like the main attraction for coming to Utah?
So I talked to Kevin. He's our the scouting leader, I guess. And he really gave a good representation, I guess, of Utah, the whole team. So I just thought that was the right step to take.
That's great.
Rogan Butler is just one of the scouting directors, reached out to me. And then I hopped on a call with Kevin and Coach Paul. And then, we talked for a bit. They gave me the whole spiel about it, and Utah's a sick place, and they sounded like a great program, so that's why I came.
It's awesome.
That's pretty sick. Tell us how old you guys are and like how long you have left in juniors if you plan on staying in Utah. Like what does your future look like for you guys?
So I'm 18 years old, 2006. So I got 2 years after this left in juniors. I'm not sure where I'm going to go or end up, but I'm just kind of worried about this season and focus on all that after.
Yeah, same here. I'm just trying to finish off the year, and then we'll see where we go. But I'm an 06 as well. I'm born in January, though, so I'm 19 already.
So tell us a little bit about your hockey journeys. So, I mean, being from Canada, like, it's very different. Both places are very different from Utah as far as hockey goes. Just tell us kind of where you started, where you've been, and just kind of your pathway to get to the Outliers.
I was born and raised in Burlington, so we just I played there for minor hockey and then bounced around a few different teams, but pretty close by. Ended up with my U16 year at Niagara North Stars. We were pretty good. We were like 9th in Canada, so we were good. And then decided to come to the States and played at Gilmore Academy in Ohio, and I loved it there. Played my junior and senior year of high school there, graduated, and then ended up here.
So I played in this team called Olimpia Ljubljana in my hometown. And so I played there for like 12 years. I think it was the best program in the country. That's why I stayed for so long. Made some great friends from there too. And then I wanted to go to NCAA. I wanted to do school in the USA, so I decided to go to the CCM showcase in Denver. And a team called Rocky Mountain Rough Riders saw me there, their coach. So he invited me to play there last year, and then after that, he actually helped me to get here. He knew Kevin, so that's how I came here. It's...
So I think the Rough Riders, they have like a pretty new facility that's pretty sick.
It's really nice. It's got like two ice sheds and then a little smaller one on the side. It's really nice. One of the rinks is really nice.
Oh, awesome.
Pretty new. And we have this, it's basketball as well. There's a few basketball courts and a baseball thing. So it's really good, yeah.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about your junior experience for your country.
So I went there for 2 years. So it was 23 season, and then last year, 23-24. The first one was actually held in my home country in Bled. And it was really good because we packed the barn. It was special playing at home for my country. But we didn't made it up a division. I think we were in 3rd division then with the U18. And then last year we went to Estonia. And we went up a division, so we won. So the next year or this year, they're gonna be playing in a higher division. So I guess it was pretty successful.
That's pretty unreal. So talk to us about your current season that's going on right now with the Outliers. How are the boys looking? How are we feeling moving into playoffs, and what is that going to look like for you guys?
I mean, I feel pretty confident. I have the confidence in this team that we can be very dangerous in the playoffs. Even though the season might have been a little rocky, I think especially this last month, we made some huge steps. I think we have the third best record in the league, so I think we're going to be very dangerous in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's start of the season to the mid, it was a bit up and down, but I think after Christmas break, we came back and fixed some things and got on the right track, and ever since then, we've been humming, we've been pretty good, and we got some new additions too from other teams in our division, so I think those guys have really helped us also.
When you said that, changes were made around Christmas time, coming back from Christmas and stuff like that, what kind of things do you think helped you guys gel a little bit better to kind of turn things around and get headed in the direction that you're in now? Like, was it, culture things, just kind of building more brotherhood in the locker room? Was it just specific things improving on the ice? Like, what kind of stuff did you guys focus on?
We had a lot of meetings and stuff as like a team, not even just with the coaches. We knew we need to fix some things, so we kind of all bought into the system and what they were asking us to do all year, and we finally started doing it. That's when I feel like we kind of flipped the script.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was once we grew closer as a team, we definitely started becoming better and better.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of the really cool things is we get a lot of young listeners, a lot of youth and like high school kids that listen to the podcast, and that's something that we always harp on. We kind of talked about how we played at BYU all together beforehand, and like that culture, that like trust and that like love for each other that you kind of build with a team, that makes a huge difference when you're on the ice. So like it's awesome hearing you guys like find that success and doing that together without like the coaches or management coming and like talking to you guys. I love it's exactly the words you said. Like, you have to buy into the system.
Yeah, for sure.
All it takes is one or two guys to kind of fall off, and it changes, the chemistry in the locker room, and changes the dynamic on the ice and practices and games and whatnot. So that's pretty cool that you guys were able to bring everybody together and buy in and get it done. I mean, where you guys are sitting now, you have games this weekend with Ogden, and these are super big games. It could be the difference of, are you playing the 1 or 2 seed, or do you get home ice advantage? So it's pretty cool that you guys were able to turn it around and be in the spot that you guys are now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we said, we have a lot of kind of young guys who listen to this, and we have some people that might be interested in playing juniors. I want you guys to kind of like talk about what does a day in the life look like for you guys, like playing junior hockey. Let's keep it PG though.
I mean, just a regular day. It's not too early. We wake up at 8:39. Especially for us, we're a little farther, so we have to wake up a bit earlier. We get to the rink at around 10:15. Practice at 11:15 for an hour and a half. We'll practice, and then we get off. We do a little cool down, and then the guys will go eat lunch or something. Or if you bring a lunch, you can go right to our gym. It's actually the Wasatch Renegades gym. We train at. So you can go there. You can heat up your food. You can go out to eat, and then we have an hour workout from 2:30 to 3:30, and then after that you go home and do whatever you need to do.
That's awesome. And for you guys, I think it was interesting before we started recording, especially you being from Ontario, you talked a little bit about kind of the dream to go play in the OHL, and so you came down here to do some prep school hockey and ended up in the NCDC. And I think that's just really interesting, like that, to pick that league out of some of the other options that maybe would have been on the table. What's the big appeal for you guys, like coming to the NCDC? Was it the Outliers organization, or is the league as a whole? Like, what do you guys think of that?
I feel like it was kind of both. If you want to get scouted for schools in the States, you probably want to play in the States. So, like, I had like some offers from like OJ and like CC, but I feel like the NCDC is it's a good skilled league, and the Outliers program looked really nice, and I feel like I would mesh well here. So,
Totally.
Yeah, and I feel like especially this division in the NCDC is really good, or is getting a lot better. And he was from my home country. He played in Idaho last year, so I kind of asked him about it. How's the division? He said it's great. So
Yeah, yeah. And that, I mean, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the division you guys are in is probably the strongest overall division in NCDC, right?
Yeah.
Like overall.
Yeah, probably.
Like, tell us a little bit about competing against Ogden and Idaho.
yeah.
And
they're-
Pueblo, I guess. Yeah.
It's tough games always. Like, you're never gonna get away with an easy game. But yeah, it's really who wants it more. Like, we both match up with skill like pretty evenly. So I mean, it's a lot of work ethic. Who's more physical? Who wants it more? So that usually decides the games.
Yeah, I would say it's not much. Like there's not a lot of skill plays. It's very tactical. Like it's a lot of like team play, I guess. And it's very physical. I would say this division is pretty physical, and especially when the crowd gets into it in those places like Pueblo, Ogden, Idaho. All of those teams have big followings, I guess. So when the crowd gets into it, the games become a lot tougher, I would say.
Yeah. No, while we were chatting before we started hitting record, what would you say is your favorite place to play that you've been to so far?
Probably Idaho. I mean, it feels like a pro game. Like, you got the whole bowl, and it's sold out, 5,000 fans. So I mean, that's definitely the most fans I've played. But it's also fun playing in Pueblo. It gets really chippy, and their barn gets loud, so they're fun games there.
Yeah, I would have to obviously I would have to say Idaho. It's just like a surreal feeling coming on the ice and the whole show they put on, and with how many people are watching it. But I would say Ogden is another one. Even though they're like a rival, I think the games are always great. It's always close, and again, it's pretty loud too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's been like the really fun thing watching you guys and watching Ogden is just that like year after year, it's like that constant rivalry. And obviously it's easy because, both teams are in Utah, they're right down the road from each other. But just to have the amount of talent that you guys have and that Ogden has as well, like year after year, it's been fun watching you guys go back and forth with each other. And I'm excited to watch you guys pump their wheels this weekend. So
Yeah, that'll be good.
I mean, what I was thinking about, I'm just wondering for you guys, I mean, because I don't feel like it's that uncommon if you wanted to go play for a major junior league after playing a year in the NCDC, but you both mentioned wanting to go play college, wanting to play NCAA. What's the big appeal with that? Why do you want to go do school while you play rather than just playing a major junior league?
Well, yeah, I mean, coming from Canada, I know a lot about like the CHL and stuff. But I mean, I made this decision before the rule change I wanted to be in the U.S. I wanted to go to the OHL, but that didn't work out. So I came to the States, and then I mean, going back, I mean, if you could play major junior, why wouldn't you? You could still go to the NCAA, but I don't know, I wanted to finish school at a good school. Like Gilmore Academy is a really good school, so I got my degree there. And then now we'll see where I end up for school in a few years.
I would say, I mean, for me, I just came here because the colleges are obviously better than back home. So if I can get a free education in the U.S., obviously I feel like I'm going to take it, and I'm playing good hockey as well. So I think it was a good route to take, and I'm pretty happy about it.
yeah, that's awesome. If you guys could pick any NCAA program to play for, what would you love to play for, and what direction you guys kind of looking?
I mean, my dream school would be Notre Dame. That's where I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's gonna be happening. They're pretty good, so especially after the rule change, we'll see. But I haven't been talking to any schools, so I don't really know. But that should be the dream school. Yeah, that is the dream school.
That's
yeah,
cool.
my dream school was Boston College. So that's not even either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
BC would be nasty
yeah,
too.
they're just nasty. I mean, their facilities are unreal. I mean, it would be a sick place to play.
Yeah.
So,
So
That's
for our listeners that are unfamiliar with this rule change we're talking about, so when was it? Just probably like 6 months ago, 5 months ago.
Yeah, it was within the last year.
The NCAA announced. So historically, if you went and played major junior, you were considered a professional player. So you wouldn't be allowed to go play NCAA athletics. And so just a few months ago, they overturned the rule. So kids like Schaefer, who we interviewed a while back, who is playing major junior in the WHL, now all of a sudden that opens the door for them to potentially go play college hockey as well, which just makes the level of competition to make some of these teams even higher. So for you guys, what do you think? I mean, what level does like the education take priority? Because you guys both said, I mean, you guys are both graduated high school now, and so you're kind of in between high school and college. But why does college matter so much? Like getting educated and almost having a backup plan in case hockey doesn't pan out long term.
yeah, of course. I think either way, whether I want to play hockey or not, I'm going to college. I want to get my degree and then obviously start my life, and I can't bank on hockey being everything. So I always got to have a backup plan, and college is a pretty good backup plan to me. So.
Yes, yeah, same here. Yeah, I would say just a backup plan. Yeah, if hockey doesn't pan out. Yeah.
I know that's something. That's the funny thing is, we had the pretty cool opportunity to play at BYU while we all got our degrees and studied and whatnot. Most of us got our degrees.
You're what, like a 7th year sophomore?
But like just having that like plan, like I mean, we all three of us knew like we weren't gonna go anywhere with hockey. We definitely aren't as good as you boys are, but we just love the game, and to be able to compete at a high level still, like that was something that like, I mean you guys know you're going to play competitive hockey for as long as you can. You're going to ride it out for as much as you can. So to be able to do that while you're in school, get a degree, and now we're all working jobs and we have the opportunity to give back to the community and help kids, coach kids and stuff. Like it's been an awesome journey. It's really been full circle for us, kind of becoming the coaches now. It's kind of weird, but we miss it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but for you guys, like, kind of talk us through, like, how did you guys become so talented, like, to get to the point where you're playing at this high of a level? Like, for younger kids that want to get to where you are, what gave you guys that edge or made you jump above some of these other kids that aren't able to play at the level you guys are at?
Well, I would say it's all about consistency, like ever since I remember, I've always been playing hockey, like ever since I was a little kid. So I think that made me as good as I am, just like playing pretty much every day, year after year, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I come from Canada. We have a lot of ice rinks everywhere, so it wasn't too hard to find help. But yeah, I mean, just my skating, coaching, when I'm growing up, like when I'm younger, and working on all the skills, like individually, before I get to that next level, so I have those and I'm not falling behind anybody. So yeah, and again, consistency, like you keep doing it day after day. It's gonna work out in the long run.
Totally. I want to take a second and ask a little bit about practice with the Outliers. What do practices look like for you guys? I mean, how do you spend most of your time on the ice as a team?
Oh, I think we do a lot of team plays, so a lot of like forecheck, different kinds of forecheck, D-zone. We also do a lot of skills, I'd say. So we split up forwards and D. So we have separate practice, probably almost once a week, I would say. Not the full practice, but like half the practice, I would say, is once a week as forwards and D. So there's a lot of I guess small areas in the game that we try to do, like O-zone, how to play under the goal line and stuff. So I would say we really get into the details and really work the details, yeah. And a lot of team play.
Yeah, again, just a lot of systems. I mean, we're all at this level. We have a good enough skill set where we can focus more on team play and like structures for the season and working in a bunch of things, plays. So, yeah, we spend a lot on that, and then some skill work.
What does the compete level look like in practice for you guys? Is it mellow? Do you guys have guys going at it? Like, what does it look like?
Oh boy.
boy.
Our practices are intense. We can talk to this guy more about it.
Yeah, I've had.
He gets pretty intense in practice sometimes.
I've had a few fights with teammates this year,
Yeah.
which I'm not proud about, but
Yeah, it wasn't
did
bad.
happen. It wasn't anything bad.
But yeah, no, they're intense. Like you get into it with someone for sure. Like you always get into it with someone, especially in the smaller area games that get chippy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like intensity. I mean, everyone's good off the ice once you step off, so you can get a little heated in there.
Totally. Well, tell us a little bit about that, because I think that's a really foreign concept. So you guys both grew up in hockey hotbeds. Utah's not that. Like we've got like as many rinks as you have in your hometown, we have like in our entire state, And so I think for a lot of us, the hockey culture, I mean, I kind of learned it later that it's like, it's okay to compete in practice. It's okay to be breaking sticks and be mad at each other and not take it off the ice. Like, why is it important to compete to that point where maybe you are swinging at each other a little bit? Like, why does that matter if you're trying to build a program and trying to win games?
Well, I would say it obviously makes you better, right? Like the harder you compete, the better you're gonna be, the harder you gotta play. So I would say that's the biggest thing, the more you compete, the better you're gonna be. So.
Yeah, like compete through your whole life. Like when you're a small age, like playing hockey, like you can also compete. You don't have to wait till you're all grown up and then get into it. I mean, just go hard in practice, and then the compete's gonna be there if you're working your hardest, and then that's how you get better.
Do you have guys hugging it out in the locker room, or you just kind of like give them a nod, like, yeah, we're cool, we're all right? What's that look like?
No, they go up to each other, they acknowledge it, and they say sorry if someone did something messed up. But yeah, like it's all pretty chill after.
Yeah, there's no no one I don't know how to say it. Everyone's good after.
Yeah.
No one's
Yeah. No, it is.
I can't remember who it was, but there's two guys in the show who were going at it in practice, and then they posted on their story of them together at dinner.
Oh, was that Arbor Jack guy on the Canadians?
Yeah. And then later that night they post each other oh, we're at dinner, we're cool, we're good. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's the best team. That's how it was at BYU. A lot of broken sticks,
yelling
guys,
at each other.
Yeah, screaming at each other, and then you walk in the locker room and so, all right, we're going to lunch, boys. It's
exactly.
But it's that's the most. We talk about us coaching, and we tell the kids that all the time. The most fun that you're gonna have playing the game of hockey is when you're battling like that and watching yourself get better. That's the most fun times you'll ever have playing hockey. Not when you're
for sure.
goofing around or things like that. So.
Yeah.
No, I love that. So.
Yeah. So give us. I have two questions. We'll start with the first one. Give us your welcome to the NCDC moment. What is your favorite memory of that or funny memory of that?
Yeah. So we went to this desert, probably our first week here, and we had this the rookies had to do karaoke. And we had to tell our virgin story. So that was I feel that was the introduction, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of cuts and bruises, but we were in Pueblo, and I got a high stick right up here, and I had to get 4 stitches in the intermission. So and this is my first year wearing a visor too, and I was wearing it with tilt and everything, and I didn't care, and then I got one up here, and I was damn, and so put my visor back down. Not trying to do that again. That wasn't fun.
You should see this guy in men's league. He rocks he's got no visor, no cage, nothing. He's got the Ryan O'Reilly look, right?
Bareface.
Yeah, bareface. It's the crustiest thing I've ever seen.
There's only 2 weeks.
No, yeah, I mean, you guys are I don't know. Wearing a visor scares me. It's you just never know with sticks and pucks flying around. Like,
I mean, it's gonna happen at some point. You know?
Yeah.
Especially
never
playing
know
men's league, like guys are swinging their
Yeah.
sticks like golf clubs, and
I played a couple men's league games. And
Yeah,
they get rowdy for sure.
it's worth it to keep the cage on for that. So
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. And then second question, what is like your all-time like favorite hockey memory? It could be from growing up, it could be of this year. Like, what is something that you guys will always take with you for the rest of your life?
I would have to say about 2 years ago, the last season that I came to the USA, so last season back home, we won like the Slovenian national championship with my team, with the U17 team, and I was the captain, and I feel like that was probably the best memory, especially because a lot of my really great friends are on that team, so it really felt special to win it with them.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't really have anything specific, but like my senior year at Gilmore, I mean, all the guys are living in a dorm, so we were all super tight, and played a 60-game season together for 2 years, and then a final game. It was obviously sad, but like just that whole experience, that was definitely my favorite part.
I think something special that you guys both said, and I don't know if you guys recognize what you said or not, but it wasn't like a specific moment with you guys.
Yeah.
It's that time that you spend with a special group of guys. And it's like being in the dorms, going and getting food, being in the locker room. Like, those are the moments, like, they're nothing like special, but it just like builds your character and who you are. But then, like, you just have a special bond with all of those guys for the rest of your life, too. Like, I'm sure there's guys that you guys still keep in touch with and your buddies and stuff. And it's awesome to see, like, their journeys as well. Like, we all had that same experience with BYU, but even, like, our AA, AAA programs growing up as well. Like, I keep in contact with all my buddies from Ohio and, like, what they're doing and stuff. So that's really special, like. And I think it's tough to know, like, when we were kids, like, these are some of, like, the best moments of our lives, like, because you're just in the moment, you're enjoying it, and you're learning, and you're growing and stuff. And now that we get to kind of look back at that, it's like, wow, like, those years were a blast.
You gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So tell us about playoffs. So for you guys with the Outliers, you guys have like your divisional championship you're going for, right? And then you're gonna go like to, is it like called the national championship?
It's the Dineen Cup.
The Dineen Cup.
It's in New Jersey this year.
That's awesome. Very cool. And so you guys, you mentioned before this, it'll be passed by the time that we post this episode, but you're kind of waiting to figure out what seed you're going to be for the divisional championships. But tell us a little bit about the preparation for that. Like, how many games are in a series for you guys?
It's a best out of 5. So I mean, you gotta be healthy is the first thing. You gotta make sure our whole team's healthy. And then, preparing with practices, working out, again, just staying healthy and getting your mind mentally, like, prepped, because it's going to be a series, and being as a rival to Ogden or playing in Idaho or them playing here, it's going to be a chippy game always, so we just have to be ready for that.
Totally.
Yeah, I would agree with everything he said, and I think the playoffs are going to be great. Like, there's 4 teams. And if you look over like the last month, who's like beating each other, you really can't predict anything. Like, all 4 teams are really good, so it's gonna be really good. Yeah,
it's wide open, and I wish we had a schedule to give you guys right now, but you guys are definitely gonna have some sort of home games during those series, and hopefully it's more than one series, right?
Yeah.
And so we're gonna keep you guys, all our listeners, posted. For the most part, it feels like most of your games have been free this season, right? You just free entry.
Yeah, I think it might be like $5 or something.
Yeah. I think it depends on the game. I know the one this past weekend was the Cancer Night, and they let people in for cancer awareness for free, and had these awesome jerseys.
Yeah, I think most of the nights are free.
Yeah, and so I definitely try and make it out, especially to the Ogden games, because those are unbelievable. And we wish you guys the best of luck with the division championship. Hopefully you guys can bring it home. And thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want me to go fight for you, that's fine. I'll be down here on the 4th line.
Fourth Line Podcast is brought to you by Utah Elite Hockey. The hockey school was founded by Caden and Ian and specializes in hockey camps and private lessons. Be sure to give them a follow on Instagram to stay in the loop regarding future camps and opportunities to have your kids or yourself come out and skate. If you or someone you know would be interested in advertising with the Fourth Line Podcast, please send us a message on Instagram or send us an email below. Thanks for your support.